Have you ever wondered what would happen if you relived your worst nightmare? Me neither, but I wondered what would happen if I made a game about my worst nightmare and then made a YouTube video about it. So I will spend the next few days trying to make my first horror game about clowns. My goal is to create a first-person shooter game set in a spooky town with dark and creepy atmosphere where you're trying to run away and hide from a huge, scary clown monster and maybe some other monsters that work for him. To make this even more challenging, I will try to make this game using Unreal Engine 5, and since I only used Unity before, this could be a problem. I went on YouTube and found this amazing tutorial by FreeCodeCamp. I spent a whole day watching this tutorial and trying to understand the basics of blueprints. After some time, I realized that it was very similar to Unity and C#, but instead of writing C# code, you just connect these blocks. This might be easier than I thought.
It's false. No way. Not this time.
Before I start adding logic to the game, I need the main character. The game will be first person, but since I want to add multiplayer later, I can't make just arms. I need a whole character, so I downloaded this metahuman called Ettore. He originally came with hair and beard, but since that might be too expensive for memory or whatever, he's bald now. I used Unreal Engine's first person template, which already comes with some kind of player controller. I just swapped the arms with my character and the movement is done. Kind of. The character doesn't have any animations for now, and it also can't look up or down. I created an animation blueprint for him, and now he has running animations and everything is perfect. Kind of. But don't worry, the upper body doesn't have animations, not because I don't know what I'm doing, but because it needs to have separate animations for holding guns and stuff like that. Speaking of guns, let's add some. I found this revolver asset made by this guy and added it to the game, but whenever I get close to it, it disappears. After some time I fixed that, and now when you come up to it and hold F, you pick it up. I added some basic animations for the hands and shooting, and I also added raycasts, so when you shoot something, you can damage it or add force to it. Now we need something to shoot at. I downloaded some character from Mixamo and added it to the level, but I don't think it should look like this when you shoot someone, and the gun might be too strong. I decreased gun force and added ragdoll, which kind of works now. When I increased the force of the gun again, the game got 10 times more fun. But the point of this game is not to be fun, but to be scary and horror and stuff like that. While I was making first-person shooter mechanics, my brother Luka made this small town, and when you turn down the lights, it looks scary and spooky, if you consider that behind any corner could be a monster. So far we added the first-person shooter mechanics and made the spooky town with creepy atmosphere. So now is the time to add some monsters. We have 3 of them in mind for now. The first one will be pretty basic. It will be a shirtless clown who runs towards you and tries to kill you. For the second one, we want it to be a very tall clown who holds a balloon and walks very slowly, if at all. But when you get close to him or kill him, he will drop the balloon that he is holding, which will explode. And the last one for now will be the huge scary boss, Silly Billy. He will patrol through the whole map looking for you and your friends, because this will be a multiplayer. When he gets to range, he will start shooting at you, and because he is so huge, the bullets from his guns will be rockets. The rockets will severely damage you and destroy all the vehicles and objects that you built when we add it to the game. Luka made the models, and this is how the first clown turned out. It's not perfect, but it's good enough for now. This is how it looks when you are running from him in the dark. There were some problems with the second clown, so I had to get my anger out on this guy. After hours and hours of trying to fix it, we finally did it. But before I show you the second clown, I have to neutralize this one. There we go. Now take a look. And this is how it looks in the dark with the explosive balloon. By the way, if you like this game so far, you can wishlist it on Steam, the link is below. Now is the time to make the big boss, Silly Billy. Luka made the model and some basic patrolling animations. Unfortunately, making the logic for the Billy's brain will take at least a week if not a month, so I'll leave that for the next video.